Hey Christian, how you
How you
doing?
doing? I'm in Hawaii.
Oh yeah, how's that going? Is that nice?
Well, I I I I I can't tell you how different it is from everywhere else I've ever been. It's just, sort of amazing. Um, Let me give you an idea of what life is like here. This is my view from my porch, my little porch.
What
Nice.
island?
We're on Kona on the northwest side.
Right.
So we could look
Pretty.
out right into this little bay out here, and there's little boats out there. You can go for a boat ride, and people in the pools. They have like three giant pools and hot tubs, and it's amazing. People come here to just pamper themselves.
Hmm.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
Hey
Learning
Billy.
some, learning some new recipes.
No,
Yeah.
but I am eating good.
Oh
Uh,
boy.
they think nothing of serving you giant portions of mahi mahi that are either pan fried or deep fried with a crunchy coating on them, and the fish is just so fresh. You just can't get fresher fish than this unless you go to the Jersey
Everybody froze
Shore
on me here.
and catch it yourself.
Yeah, yeah, that
So
sounds. I was out there working for a week. I did Senator. God, now I forget his name.
in a way,
Yeah, Senator Inouye's video history, and so we were out there just interviewing the hell out of people, and it was great.
yeah. Yeah, my wife has a conference that she's teaching at, and so she's on duty today, and I get to just hang out by the pool by myself. So that's what
It's a tough life, but somebody's got to
I
do
know.
it.
It really is.
Did you get a lay when you got there?
Uh, absolutely.
Okay, somebody.
That's
Somebody
me.
logged on. I think Gary's on two things. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess.
I'm gonna turn it off in a second.
Okay. So you got Barry's having computer problems, but he got his computer working.
Oh, okay. All right.
So Billy,
So-
how you doing? Haven't talked to you this week.
No, I've been jumping around doing stuff. The weather's been good, so we've been painting buildings and doing yard work and everything like that out here. So
And John
Nice.
Gill's joining us.
John Gill. Okay.
That's nice.
Am I here?
Yeah,
There's
Dave,
Dave.
you're here. How are you doing?
All right.
Doing all right.
How's the mountain?
Oh, it's good. It's good. Hey, Chris, you're there. You're there in Hawaii.
Yes, I am.
Hot dog. That sounds great. Oh, yeah. Beautiful sky, palm trees. All
Palm
right.
trees, palm trees, and blue skies, and
Looks beautiful.
Who's
Yeah.
that,
Hey,
John?
John. Okay,
Bill,
well,
good to see you back, Bill.
Yeah, I had a couple weeks where I was busy, but things are better, so yeah. Wow. Hi,
It was-
Mr. Gill. I hadn't seen
Hello
you.
there.
Yeah.
Hey, John. Hey, Barry.
Hey, John, you got your suspenders on. You got a job or your pants
Yeah,
falling?
I just came home from my steamboat job.
Oh, okay.
So I just thought I looked nice today.
Barry and I were talking about being a musician and working, and it was Barry put it. You gotta iron the shirt every day.
Yeah,
You gotta park. You gotta drive down there. He said,
I
playing
walked
music
there.
was the easy thing.
the gigs, that's the easy part. Yeah, but I walk. That's my daily exercise.
Mhm.
I walk down to the wharf.
Good for you.
I wasn't here when you came in. Where are you? What city
New
are you?
Orleans, New Orleans.
Are you in New Orleans? Okay. All right.
Last couple of years.
Okay.
John, do you know if Brad Pitt still has a house on? Aren't you on Governor Nichols or are you on Ursuline?
I'm on Governor Nichols and Burgundy. Yeah, I don't think he does. I don't think so.
He had one in there, somewhere in that area once upon a time, but
Yes, he did, and the other guy too. Francis.
Mahoney.
Francis Coppola?
Matthew McConaughey or something like that, or?
Oh, no, the guy, the actor who's, he owned the big mansion on Governor Nichols and Royal that's supposedly haunted.
Hmm.
Oh,
You know that
Nicolas Cage?
Nicolas Cage, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
So
I
he-
haven't seen any celebrities since I've been here.
And
Nicolas
Nicolas Cage has
Cage
a
coming
great
every-
mausoleum in St. Louis #1. It's a big pyramid,
Yeah,
metal pyramid.
Nicolas Cage used to come into Arnold's like every 2 weeks and have dinner when I was working there. Yeah, he was a regular customer.
Hmm.
he's got a new vampire movie out now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the previews for it. Might be one of those ones I wait to come on TV.
Yeah, like most movies.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, my granddaughter started managing or assistant managing one of the local movie theaters around here. So usually I can get in free if I want to.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Well, you're saving about $200 then.
Well, if you don't buy food, the food is where they get you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's that movie tavern place that serves all these meals and stuff while you're watching the movie. It kind of spoils you. You sit in a big recliner that it's heated and like it's really cool.
Wow.
It's kind of like being home, except you can't pause it when you got to go pee.
They're working on it.
Yeah.
Well, it's a nice day down here.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like your stack of banjos back there
You see,
Behind you. on the
Oh,
bookcase
there.
behind you, up towards the ceiling.
up towards the ceiling. Yeah, those are guitars up there.
Oh, guitars. Okay.
I got too much stuff.
Okay.
I'm thinking about getting rid of some things. But we'll see.
It's all about me, Billy, but I'm in the way. I don't know if you can see banjos
Oh,
behind
there
me.
you go.
Yeah, I knew you had a bunch of them down there. I couldn't see them though with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just assuming they were banjos, John. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I think there's good. Yeah, they're all. I don't play them. I picked them up over the years.
Mhm.
I was playing guitar for a while when I was in New York. I was playing in a sort of a 50s rock and roll band for a trio that did 50s rock and roll and country, like honky tonk country music. And we worked a lot in New York.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. Like we were doing 3 or 4 nights a week for about 5 years at one point.
Hmm.
But it all kind of fizzed out after a while.
Yeah.
Does Jazz Festival start next week?
No.
The
It's the last weekend of April. I guess that is, huh? Is
I
that
thought
it?
it was, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Okay, I guess it does start next weekend.
weekend, yeah.
Here's Rick. He lost his beard.
Hello.
Somebody stole your
Oh,
beard.
Rick.
Oh my God.
Hey, Rick.
What happened? Yeah, what's up, everybody? Everybody doing good?
Hey, look at that.
Yeah.
Your face looks as smooth as a baby's ass.
Smells like it too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh. Yeah.
Try a
Heard
new
you say about
cologne.
Jazz Fest. Yeah, Jazz Fest is this coming weekend and then the next one. Yeah. Well, not this weekend, the 29th weekend, that one.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
So, how much is a ticket these days?
Everybody keeps freezing
At
on
the,
me.
at the
I'm
gate,
sorry.
$95.
95?
Yeah,
95.
I mean, I don't know. I'd probably go, I guess. I don't know.
They told me
Maybe.
that this past weekend, French Quarter Fest was so crowded. It's like Jazz Fest now. It ain't like it used to be.
That's
Oh,
right.
really?
You're not on
I hate to hear that.
My machine keeps freezing on me.
Frenchwater Fest has always been so much better because you can get around, and do things.
Freezing. I didn't know if you were on your iPad.
Yeah, it was
Hmm.
quite crowded. I was, well, I don't have a car down here, so I was walking back and forth to the boat all during French Quarter Fest, the steamboat.
Hmm.
And it was packed out there. You
Wow.
couldn't get in Jackson Square, you
Oh, no.
all that kind of stuff.
That's what my wife said. She went down there. She said, Barry, you ought to be glad you didn't go. You know.
Yeah. Plus, it's there's hardly any, they have about 100 bands or 90 bands a day, and only about, maybe 3 or 4 of them are old time New Orleans jazz bands. They're all these kind of contemporary bands and stuff, which is,
Oh,
fine, but I kind of miss the old timey sound.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's a shame because that was a
It
big
is.
draw for all those Europeans
Yes, yeah,
come in for the traditional music.
right.
I mean, I worked in there, for 20 years at
Yeah,
Fritzl's.
yeah,
And there would be 100 Europeans coming in just to see traditional jazz.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's all different now.
On your father's mustache Facebook page, they posted some photos of Jonathan Dorn.
I put them up. Yeah.
Oh, you put him up, okay? Because I wasn't familiar with him. Where did
Where did he play?
He played in the Philadelphia club. He was there when in 1966 when I went there from the New York club, and then his name was Jonathan Dornblum, and then he changed his name to John Dorn. Um, he had some falling out with his family, actually, as far as he told me, and then yeah, there he is.
There he
That's
is.
him about that period. That's what he looked like in 1966.
yeah.
So
Now I took some
a
pictures.
dapper guy at the music school. He was still studying, and I got to meet some of the other people who were there. We had a wonderful little apartment. I was staying with George French, and
Oh,
and John was the tuba player, and Dennis Drury was the trombone player until the weekends when Sonny Helmer came, and then
wow.
Sonny and I would drive from the Philadelphia club down to Summers Point to do the weekend relief for the band down there.
Mhm. Yeah.
So it was a great summer, and I really I kept in touch with Jonathan, lost track for a long while, and then I saw that he was a chef at Villanova. And I thought, geez, our paths have crossed again in another world. And he played for a long time with Leon Redbone, and
Yes.
Oh, really? Wow.
and the on the left of Leon is what's his name? Has the big band?
Oh, Giordano.
Yeah, Vince. And at some point the piano player was Tom Roberts, who's now situated in Pittsburgh, still playing. And I don't know who that other person is. The trumpet player.
It's Peter Eklund.
Oh, is that Peter? Okay.
Yeah. You know,
So
I was a
it was
big
fun.
Leon Redbone fan. I remember his first
Oh,
numbers was like Walking Stick was basically him and a guitar and a tuba player. I
Yeah,
didn't know if that
Jonathan.
was, I
That's
didn't know if that was
Jonathan.
Jonathan or not, you know.
Yep.
Huh.
Was
I
it?
never
Okay.
met him. I never met him. He and Leon had some kind of a falling out.
Oh, yeah.
Dorn's brother produced Leon's first album or two,
Uh-huh.
and they came to a disagreement over something.
Yeah.
It caused Leon to stop using Jonathan. I know that because that before I went with Leon, Jonathan had been gone for a while.
Didn't Yoakum and Eddie Davis work with Leon for a while, John?
Yes, they did. That's before me, just before me.
Mhm.
They
Okay.
came out to San Francisco and they came to hear Turk Murphy, so we went out to over to Oakland, California to a pool hall. And with Leon
Yeah.
to play pool.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I remember when Leon first came out on Saturday Night Live, I didn't really know him about it, but
Right.
he played that song Walking Stick, and I went and bought the album. I liked it.
Yeah, no, he was
He was a character. He was
I
good.
have to say he did a hell of a job. I mean, he was really a pretty good singer, and he, I was on the road with him for about 5 or 6 years,
Mhm.
and he was people went crazy for him. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he put out "I Want to Be Seduced," and that became a pop hit.
Yeah, right. He had a bunch of we had a group of songs we did at every show. A Walking Stick was one. Shine on Harvest Moon was another. They
Oh, yeah.
loved that, and Polly Wolly Doodle, and a bunch of things like that. Yeah, he was something.
Yeah.
And you were with him for 5 years? That's a lot.
About 5 years. Let's
Wow.
see, 86, 87, from about 86 to about 1991.
I know Mardi Gras is gone already, but I found this picture from Mardi Gras. I guess this would have been early 70s. You can still
Yeah.
see Rizzo's.
There's Rizzo's.
Yeah, Marty Fay had
Oh,
sent
yeah.
this to me a long time ago.
So that's the mustache balcony there?
Yeah,
Is that
that's
what-
our
oh,
infamous
okay.
balcony. All the out-of-town waiters would sleep upstairs and just hang out on the balcony when they weren't working.
That's a great shot.
The white building in the far left, that's Al Hurt's club.
That was
Oh,
Albert.
okay, okay.
The red building is the 500 club.
500 Club. Yeah, that I never saw those places.
Hey,
Was Al
Bill,
Hurt working in there when you guys were playing the mustache?
Yes.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, Pete Fountain had a club too. Al Hurt and
Yeah,
Pete Fountain
yeah.
both had clubs on the
So-
street at the
both of them,
time. You know,
Al Hurt lived around the corner, and I moved down there I lived across the street from him for about a year or two.
But right behind that club, if you go further to your left, you go into the bar they had behind the club. And we used to go in there all the time seeing Al play.
Yeah.
It's great.
Wow.
That's a good shot.
And Al lived behind the bar. And Rick was saying across the street is where you guys lived, Rick.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I lived there.
Where
Big Bill.
y'all lived when the mustache burned down. At least some of y'all lived there when the mustache burned down.
Yeah.
Because I remember coming to get Tim Shea and all and saying, hey, the club's burning down. Y'all lived a half a block away from the club.
Yeah, Big Bill lived in the off the courtyard back in the back
Right.
that time there.
was that when you were on Burgundy Street or?
No, that's
No, that's Toulouse.
Oh,
No,
okay.
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Okay, all right. But weren't you on Burgundy Street for a while?
Yeah, me and Ed and I, we lived on Burgundy Street for a while back over.
Yeah, yeah. Mad Dog was there too, because I remember going over one night. We were socializing after work, and they were digging up next door, doing some excavation, and they came across an old. They found hundreds and hundreds of graves in the right in a lot right next door. They were going to build something there. It's,
No kidding.
yeah, probably during a yellow fever or something.
I
Right.
can't remember the lady's name that owned the building. She was a Jackson Square artist, and she was something else. One time Ed came in late one night and opened the gate and went down the alleyway into the courtyard back to slave quarter where we lived, and she thought it was a burglar, and she blasted at him with a shotgun. She missed him, but she I don't know. I'll always remember that.
Wow.
Sounds
Luckily
like
it
what's
didn't
going
hit
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
That with the mustache building, that was that seafood place or something after a while, right? Where Jack Teagarden played was
Jack Garden played there before was the mustache, but then it turned into a seafood place after the mustache.
I see. Yeah. I was looking at that plaque just the other night. Every once in a while, I like to just go by and see it. This says where the plaque.
See, before the mustache, that balcony wasn't up there.
Right. I heard you guys talking about that. That's a good job. It looks authentic.
Yeah, well, part of building or doing any renovations in the French Quarter, you have to keep up with the motif, or they don't let you do it. you know.
Right. Nice. It looks real. You know, it looks like it was always been there.
Yep, there's Roger.
Yes.
Howdy, Roger.
Good
Hello.
afternoon,
Roger.
ladies and gentlemen.
hey, Roger.
Hey, Raj.
Buenos tardes.
There you are.
There's your father's mustache.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Used to be the dream room. That plaque's still on the wall there, you know, when you walk by.
Yeah. We were just talking about that.
Somebody's actually stowed it for a while after the fire. I'd go by there and it was gone.
Really?
And all of a sudden it reappeared. Someone got a guilty conscience. And they're afraid of the spirits that might get them. Oh, that was in Blackpool, England.
Oh, wow.
I forget, we were out celebrating whatever we celebrate there, drinking a lot of Guinness. And that's the first time I ever disappeared.
Roger, you look like you were still shitting yellow in that picture.
Like who?
You look young.
Yeah, damn, I was young at one time.
Hmm.
My mind thinks I'm young, but my body doesn't pay attention, so.
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
Really.
Who are these guys? I know they were in Blackpool. Do you remember who they were?
The guy on the far right's name is Dave. He actually works at your father's mustache in New Orleans. And he came on to be a doctor. He was in that one picture where people were dressed up as an Uncle Sam guy.
Oh, yeah.
And the other two guys, I can't remember the name. The one on the far left was part of the Black Brothers at one time. He played with Harry Black. And I don't remember the next guy, his name.
Mhm.
I was over there for about, I guess, a couple months or something, 6 weeks, a couple months.
Mhm.
Just help them get going and everything. We had a fire truck over there. It was fun. And I
Yeah.
stayed in the Cherry Tree Lodge, which was upstairs above your father's mustache.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just finding old stuff that we had a while
Love
back.
these old pictures. Yeah.
And, oh, that's
wow.
it. Yeah, that's the,
That's the Blackpool truck.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have so much more mustache experience than I had. I just strictly the New York clubs was my whole thing. I missed
Billy and
out
I
on-
were just in a New Orleans club.
Yeah. If I had
Yeah.
been a few years older, I would have probably gotten around a little more.
That when I was over there, I stayed above in the hotel above the mustache and down when we first walked in, they had a little pub there. It was open up during the day. And so I went down to get a beer one time. They said, "Oh, we can't serve you beer right now." I said, "Well, why?" "Oh, the pubs are all closed in the afternoon for like 2 or 3 hours."
Oh.
I said, "Every place?" Said, "Yeah, every place, every day." I
Wow.
thought, "Why?" Because they don't want all the Englishmen going out getting drunk and not going back to work.
I would have thought that's un-American.
Yeah.
now I found this thing, I think you had sent a long
There's
time ago. That was in the Vancouver club. They used to have rugby night or something like that.
Yeah, there was rugby players and dates. We just wanted the dates really, but yeah, it was on West Pender Street. It's a nice club there. I
Yeah.
was up there for a little over a year working. I told Joe I needed a break from New York. So he said, "What are you gonna do?" And he says, "I heard the rumor you're going somewhere." I said, "Oh, really?" Rumors floating around the mustache. I said, "I'm gonna go up to Vancouver." So the people from Vancouver, I met them, and they paid for my way and all my furniture and everything to be shipped from New York to Vancouver, British Columbia.
Yeah.
And then when I got there, I was there a year, maybe a little longer. Some guy come by and he said, "I need to talk to you." And I said, "Okay." He says, "You guys haven't paid your taxes." I said, "Well, I'm not the owner." He said, "Well, you got to make sure these taxes are paid." I said, "Well,"
Yeah.
he said, "Are the anyway?" I had to fly over to Victoria in a seaplane to be investigated.
Wow.
And I convinced them that I wasn't the owner, and I don't know why they didn't pay their taxes. I would have never known that. And so I called Ron Taylor and I said, "Ron, we got to get out of here, man." He said, "Okay, shut up, shut it down, get everything you
It
can."
was a franchise, your father's mustache.
Yeah, it was the first franchise we had.
Yeah.
And I went up there, Bob McKenzie and I went up there together to open it up, and that was fun. And I just loved it up there. At that time, it was summertime, so it was beautiful. And it's right close to the water, and I got a house down on Point Pleasant area. And so he said, "Ship as much as you can back." And I had it's where I bought my 1971 Volkswagen bus.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, the Magic Bus.
You would drive it to Costa Rica.
I did drive it to Costa Rica, that's
Yeah.
right.
Wow.
So I loaded that up with all kinds of mustache paraphernalia, and then I drove back down to New Orleans.
Is that the two Iras?
Yeah,
so.
that's it. Pounding kegs.
No, I was thinking that was Blackpool, but I screwed up.
No, that's in New York. Yeah.
Yeah, I see Joe Terra over there.
What's the chances of the mustache getting two co-managers, both named Ira?
Really?
I guess in New York it's a pretty good probability.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
No, there is a picture from Blackpool with the beer kegs, but both the beer kegs look like they've been beat up, but with sledgehammers. I remember seeing that picture. Yeah.
I know I have it somewhere. I thought that was the one, but
Yeah. Well, this is another New Orleans Mardi Gras photo.
Yeah,
that Marty Fay sent. It looks like the band's standing on the bar.
Is that Joel and then me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Joel, I
No,
can't.
but I don't remember the band ever getting on the bar.
I don't either, but it looks like that with a mirror behind it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
Well, there was a mirror. Yeah, the
Yeah.
mirror was behind the bar, but I
Right.
don't see well, I can see it hanging down the Coca-Cola lampshade we had back there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't remember getting on a bar, but there ain't much I remember of any of that shit. So
Oh, come on. now. Tell us the truth.
And we have photographic evidence of that.
Yeah, really.
What were
No,
the
but
hours
seriously.
of the, what were the hours of the New Orleans clubs? You guys stay
9
open
till.
Nine
we can-
until
nine
we felt like
until, wow,
closing.
There are no
Yeah.
closing laws.
right.
So we had, during the Mardi Gras, we had 3 different bands that kept rotating.
I mean,
The latest I ever played, I did a 9 to 4.
Yeah. And sometimes you had to go up and tell the band leader or Joel, you need to take a break, man. I got people paying big bucks to come in the front door. They said, oh, okay. Then we try to, the minute people start standing up, all the waiters would run through, pick up all the glassware and everything, bring it back up to the bar and wash it, and pack the tables up again. And we had called the floating door charge. We would go up when there was a big crowd out front, and you walked in first, you were at the end of the bar, we had a rope there. Then you let that rope down, it could go all the way up to the far end of the bar, right where you drop off your glassware. So as people moved in faster, the price would go up.
And
Wow.
at least once you got them past the bar, they could at least be buying drinks while they're waiting in line.
Yeah,
Economics 101, supply and demand.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Boy.
Yeah.
That was fun.
But because I can never, I mean, I was there 4 years and I don't remember ever, I must not have been there. I don't remember the band being on the bar ever, but that was,
I don't either.
remember. That's a strange picture. I don't
That's
understand.
Blackpool.
That's Blackpool. That's where the kegs were beat up.
Boy, look at him.
Yeah.
Shit. Those Englishmen are tough.
I'm assuming those kegs weren't made out of aluminum, or maybe they are, yeah.
I don't know.
Because it
They all
really,
look pretty-
you
pretty-
really have to bang one of those beer kegs to put dents in it like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny.
But that's a mustache tradition and made it to all the clubs. Banging the beer kegs. I think that
Yeah. That's a great thing about it. People could travel around the United States, wherever, and they go in your father's mustache, they think they were the same mustache
Yeah.
back home.
Mhm.
Were there ever any incidences where a customer got hit in the head with a beer keg?
They just drug him out on the street.
Oh, this
That's
one's
a
drunk.
sweeper.
Let's get him out of here.
The street cleaners picked him up.
But I remember one night, Chad. Remember Chad?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Shard.
Shard, whatever.
Garden House, yeah.
Shard House. Somebody set, everybody had their kegs on the floor, and somebody set a full keg
Oh,
of beer.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So Chad, you don't pick them up, you just get ready to pick them up. And I think he kind of left his arms on the ground that night.
I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
he could
Yeah.
guzzle that beer fast.
Oh, he was a good beer chugger.
he was the fastest beer guzzler I ever saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can put 8 ounces down in like a quarter of a second. I'm not embellishing that story.
Yeah.
That's
New
great.
Orleans crew at Carnegie Hall.
There you go.
Nice white press outfits.
Yeah. Very crisp.
Unbelievable.
I even had my white bug shoes on. Check them out.
Yeah. The kind of shoes you wouldn't wear walking down Bourbon Street.
No.
But I said, if I'm playing Carnegie Hall, I'm not wearing tennis shoes.
Everybody looks good, don't they?
That's a
Yes.
great shot. Yeah.
Really.
I have that shot blown up in my den. That same
That's a
shot.
good picture.
Mhm.
Real good.
Old Pete tooting it too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mike.
Bruce O'Neill, Tim Shea. Yeah,
Oh, great. Yeah.
Tim Shea all the way to our left. Then Bruce O'Neill, Gene Roof on trombone, myself, Peter, Mike Gentry, Dave Weibel, and Rick Brono.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, there were so many players down there that didn't come, that's a shame.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? There's a mustache full
John,
room.
here's the New Orleans club.
Right.
At full room.
Full room, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Had a lot of fun nights in there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And John, during Mardi Gras one Saturday night, we ran out of beer. And
Wow.
David and Roger got on the phone and Schlitz delivered.
They delivered quickly. I can't get down there. I said, you know what? I think you better get down here because I know these Budweiser people like us a lot. I wasn't laughing at that point. I was just being serious with it. All right, we'll get it. I said, okay, get going.
They
I
did.
believe that we blew 56 kegs that day and night.
Was it that one? I couldn't remember. Yeah.
It was something crazy like that because we had them stacked 3 high in the beer cooler and some in the hall and and
Oh,
everything.
kegs were everywhere.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And John, for an hour and a half, we had a stack of Schlitz 16-ounce beers in the back of the
Oh,
house.
that's right.
And
Okay, a whole
Joel's
stack,
behind the bar.
Like about 15 cases of 16-ounce cans of beer hot. We were pouring 16 ounces into a pitcher, filling it up with ice and water, stirring it and serving it.
Well, we would strain the ice out.
Oh, yeah. Porter's another picture,
Yeah.
yeah.
True story. You got at least 3 or 4 of us on this call right now that were there.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I remember it.
That's Bourbon Street, huh?
That's a
Oh,
lot.
yeah.
That's Mardi Gras. That's a lot of people. But lots of times it was even fuller.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Curb to curb.
It's an old shot. You'll never see somebody in a suit anymore.
I was thinking
Right.
the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, look at this guy down there on the left with his tie and all. Nice looking.
Yeah.
Great.
Well,
That was
good
probably
times.
in the 60s, that picture.
73.
Was it 73?
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I was there. I mean, I wasn't out on the street necessarily,
There was-
but I was there
There you
somewhere.
are, Bill. No, that's
Yeah, that's me. I'm behind the guy with the feathers on. You can't see me.
I thought you were the guy with feathers.
And
Yeah, you are.
John, I know
Yeah.
you've never been to a Mardi Gras in New Orleans at the Mustache, but it was particularly fun for musicians because Joel would come in, but also we'd have a band from New York come in, a band from Denver come in.
Oh, wow. I
So
didn't
we
realize
had
that.
3 full bands plus Joel plus the subs in New Orleans. It was all mix and match.
Yeah.
That was
Except for
great.
one night, one day, the first day, we let the individuals, like the Denver band would start, and the New Orleans band,
Yeah.
stay together. But after that, it was all mix and match. And there were so many musicians. There was never just 4 musicians up there. Everybody wanted to sit in.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
always 6 or 7 guys up there.
Yeah, that was great, wasn't it?
It was a lot of fun.
Those are days, yeah.
And everybody, it seemed like they all played together all the time when they get up there. So nobody missed a beat.
And Joel would do his hour-and-a-half sets.
Yeah.
That made everybody real happy.
I saw a few of those.
Has anybody heard how Joel's doing lately?
No, I've not.
I have not either.
But here's a little bit from Carnegie Hall. I played little excerpts from different things for the trombones and the banjos and all that. So I'm going to do equal time for the washboard players.
Hello, everyone.
Billy, I thought you were going to spare us.
That is the behavior of faith. A long life for you. His name was Joe Terra. He reigned supreme over the New York Club for 10 years. He was there all day and all night. Yeah, Joe! Mr. Terrazini! We are going to do the anthem for the washboard players. We do have an anthem. It's entitled Coney Island Washboard. He would play on the boardwalk every day. Took the sun around, rolls all around. All the tunes he found. Well, the runner things make the noise. Do it on the boardwalk for the boys. Riding to my feet, there Coney Island, washboard, Rondo Lake. This is terrible. Do it again. Hey, come on. He was playing. He was playing on the boardwalk every day. Took us on the ground. Bubbles all around. Rubber dubber, rubber dubber, dubber. All the tunes she found. Well, singles run, fingers made the noise. Do it on the boardwalk for the boys. Get back to the right to a brand new pair of ABCs. Coney Island, one for Rondo Lake. Coney Island, one for Rondo Lake.
Okay.
Wow.
Chris, I saw you playing. Chris, that was you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and Gim. I saw y'all playing. Y'all look good.
That event looked so well organized. All the videos I've seen of the Carnegie Hall event. Looks like
Shows you how easy it is to mislead some people.
It looks great. Everything I've seen so far. I'm sorry I missed that.
Yeah, it was
It was
I
great
didn't
fun.
make the first reunion, but I made the second one. The 50th was nice. Yeah.
Wow.
Everybody says I should have made the 86 one though. So
No, that
That was great too. Yeah.
yeah. Were you at that one, John? Did you make the one in
No, I was living in California then.
oh
And I was working with Turk Murphy, and I couldn't. He didn't let us take off from the gig,
oh
unless you were sick or something. He's an old school guy.
Were the Mickey Finns in California?
Yeah, San Diego. San Diego.
San Diego.
Yeah. A friend of mine just played with Fred Finn, maybe a year or so ago. He's still out there playing. He's married to a girl who plays the banjo, and they have a.
Kathy is terrific. She's a great band.
Kathy Riley, right? Yeah, she's very good. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do the banjo festivals with them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they used to have banjo festivals all over about 10, 15
Right,
years ago.
right.
And Danny and I and Mike Gentry would do all those.
Uh-huh.
And but Kathy and Fred, they still roll. They're still doing cruise ships.
Yeah, I know he's busy. Keeps busy.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Mickey Finn? Is she still around?
I don't know. I think she got split up from Fred,
Yeah.
the player, and he replaced her with another banjo player. Can you imagine?
I remember
That's what
watching
banjo
that.
players do, you fire one, get another.
The thing is,
remember
both of his
watching-
wives were good-looking banjo players. How you imagine that?
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
But I
Well,
used to
Kathy,
watch, they had a TV show for
former-
Mickey Finn's, yeah.
Yeah. That's
Kathy
what
was a former Miss America contestant.
Really?
that's right.
Really?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was Miss Delaware.
And he had another girl, a big blonde girl who played the banjo, who was good looking too. She passed away fairly young, I think.
That's right, Joni somebody.
Jody somebody, right?
Not Joni Mitchell, but Joni somebody.
Yes, you're correct.
Yeah.
That's why that was the first, that show, the Mickey Finn show, was really,
Right.
I discovered the Mickey Finn show, and then maybe a year later, the Mustache, I think. And that's what got me into playing the banjo. Up to that time, I was only playing the drums. And they had the guy, the Flying Dutchman, who sat up on
Paul-
the piano.
Don Van Palta.
Don Van Polen played great banjo.
Mhm.
So that's what inspired me to play that show.
Yeah.
It's great.
About that.
Now, I can remember watching the Mickey Finn show, and it was the piano player. He always had this knack of, he was never looking at the piano. He always had that grin on his face, looking straight at the camera the whole time. Like,
Showbiz, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Real showbiz guy.
yeah. Well, this was, I found a picture of the 86 one.
Oh, wow, look at that. Oh, there's Buzzy Podwell right in front.
And I'm right behind Buzzy. In the
Oh, yeah,
Hawaii
yeah.
shirt.
Oh, that's a great shot. Now, did
That was a great reunion. That was so much fun.
oh,
That was
yeah.
the best reunion, I think, huh, Roger?
I agree with you. The thing is, we didn't know that this was happening. We were in this big room up there, eating or whatever. All of a sudden, Joe makes an announcement, and the curtain slowly opens. As it opens up, there's this picture of your father's mustache, or not a picture, a whole layout of what your father's mustache actually looked like. And that's people stood up and applauded.
Wow.
It was,
And then we just got up on the stage and started the night at the Mustache.
yeah, it was crazy. People just loved it.
That is great.
It was so much fun.
Was Joe Terra at that one?
No, he
No.
did not come to it. At that time, Joe Terra was still in Wildwood playing.
Oh, okay, right.
Is that Bob Vanasak way up on the right-hand side up there behind Bob Adams?
I think it is with the vest on.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. He played in Denver for a while.
I know Barry called me. I had just moved back from Texas, and he ended up calling my mom and dad's house. I didn't even have he didn't have my new phone number. My dad's bill blank also, and so he said, "Yeah, some friend of yours trying to get in touch with you." But back then I was doing theater, and I wasn't able to go. I was in the middle of a show,
Uh-huh.
so I couldn't come up there.
Well, where was that?
That was in New Haven.
New Haven. Yeah. It was great. It was we had a big picnic outside when we first got there.
Oh, that's great.
That was great. That was the best one. But Roger, we were
Yeah,
still quite young still back then.
Exactly. Look, nobody's got gray hair yet.
What's sad is
I
probably those
look at
little
Joel.
kids. Probably those little kids sitting in the front row now are getting Social Security.
Yeah.
He's got a whole bottle there.
I had a chance to talk to Neil DeFeo last week on his birthday.
Oh, that's
And,
nice.
Tried to encourage him to come back in on the phone calls, but I think one was enough for him. I don't know.
Why do you think that?
I don't know. He's, there's some parts of his life I think he is not, he doesn't, sort of relish the remembrances of all of it. So I don't know.
Some people just don't go to Zoom route, like Danny. Danny was at my house 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So we can come on to Zoom, not that it's just not his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep in touch with Danny, pretty much so on Facebook. He was out on the Lake Pontchartrain selling 2 nights ago.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So-
He did that after he left my house.
Is that what he did? Yeah. And his cousin, she lives in Houston. I keep in touch with her because we both have dachshunds. And so Danny posts this picture of him out sailing. And I said, "That's where I need to be." She writes back, "Yeah, that's where we need to be." There's Danny right there.
Dixieland.
It's a Dixieland.
Wow.
That's
I
Danny with
texted
his
back. I
young.
said, Danny, where's your favorite port that we can meet you at? We're coming with a box of oysters and a bunch of cold beer.
Well, several times Danny's told me he sails over to the North Shore and
Uh,
goes to Mandeville Harbor, which is not far from me. I said, well, you got to call and let me know. I'll be glad to meet you out there, you know, but. Well, I have lunch with Danny about once a month, but with a theater group. And and he doesn't much forget, but he did go to the New Haven reunion. Thank God, he was the only horn we had.
Thank
Yeah.
goodness,
Yeah.
you got that.
Here's Billy.
There's the mustache nose.
Yeah,
That was in that newspaper.
Oh, yeah.
me, John Fowler, and a guy. I think the guy behind us. He came over from the Red Garter after they closed down. His name was Rick, I think, also not Rick Haley, but he started pretty close to when I started. Johnny Fowler. I think he went up to Denver.
You
Johnny couldn't get a skimmer on his head. It wouldn't fit. He always had to wear a bowler.
I wondered about that. But the thing is, about the mustache, we had so many other avenues to have fun in. We had our own newspaper here. We did all kinds of charity things. You know, and we're good with the policeman. Be on every street corner, you could walk out and get one.
I remember we used to do the concerts for the New Orleans public schools in the
Yeah.
daytime. And we were playing there one day. This little black kid, me and Maynard standing there, and Maynard's wife was there that day.
Cool.
And the little black kid, about 7 years old, walked up to me and said, "Say, mister, where you get that motherfucking mustache?" Yeah. New Orleans public schools, man. They teach you.
At least he didn't tell you. I bet you I can tell you where you got that mustache.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that
Maynard's wife
mustache?
just shook her head. She said, "Oh,
Wow.
Okay. Well, this picture doesn't really have anything to do with the mustache exactly, but I found it when I was going through some old stuff. That's me with my mustache T-shirt on and my old Spitfire.
Oh, I love that
And
car.
That's a
I bought that.
Spitfire?
Yeah, I bought that car because when I was still living with my parents when I started working at the mustache and using my mom's Falcon, and my dad informed me I ain't taking his fucking car down to the French Quarter every. So I went and bought that Spitfire, and I sold that Spitfire to Bob Osborne after I got married because I needed something, you know, with more room in it.
That's
So
a
Bob
little,
Osborne bought
that's
that.
a little black MGB.
No, it's a yellow Triumph Spitfire, 67.
Wow.
Great.
Well, that's nice.
That little latches in the front, the whole front opened up. It was a bonnet. You know, you just if you work
Oh,
on
yeah.
the engine and all that. It was really cool. I loved it. It just wasn't for somebody married with a kid. You know, no room for anything in there. Yeah. Anyway.
Neat car.
Yeah.
well, guys, I gotta leave y'all early. I gotta
Okay,
go.
Dave.
I'm taking my daughter and her husband to the airport. They taking a trip, so
Hey, you take care.
I'll
All
see
right,
y'all
Barry.
next week.
I
I'll see
won't
y'all
be here
next
next week,
See you later,
Barry.
man.
See you,
same
Barry.
time, same station.
Yeah,
Tell Daddy hi.
I'll be out of town next week, so I'll miss you guys.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm gonna be on a cruise next week.
So
Well-
John, what cruises do you play?
What cruise am I going on?
John plays.
Oh, no, I'm going to a wedding in Montreal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, but you said you play cruises on the in New
Oh,
Orleans, right?
Riverboat.
yeah, on the city of New Orleans right now.
Oh, the train?
The riverboat.
Oh,
the
riverboat. Okay.
Well, that's fun.
It was supposed to be the band from the Natchez, but the Natchez has been in dry dock for a while, about 3
Yeah.
years. So we have supposed to come back this summer, but we don't know when. So they had this other boat, and they've been using that for the daily cruises.
Okay.
How far did you go out?
We go from New Orleans about 7 miles down to where the Domino Sugar factory,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Chalmette.
Okay.
So
We'll come back.
So you're not doing those up the river cruises to St. Louis or nothing like that?
No, they're just a 1 hour cruise
Oh,
during
okay.
the day from like 11 to 1 1:30 we get back. So that's what I've been doing.
Okay.
Well, that's fun. That's a fun little
They're
cruise.
nice.
It
Yeah, those
is.
are nice.
It's a nice little job. We have a good time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Out on the river.
Well, guys, the hot tub is calling me, so I'm gonna.
All right.
Okay.
I'm headed right out there.
All right.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Hey, where are you?
Good to see you.
I'm in Hawaii.
Oh,
Oh,
you're in Hawaii.
Oh,
Life
I
is
thought you
tough.
said you're gonna go there. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Next week
But you-
I'll be in San Antonio, but I'll try to make the call anyway.
San Antonio,
Well,
Texas.
Chris, you could have fibbed and said you were in South Pittsburgh.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
where it's really warm in South Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
That's where the
nice
palm
beaches
trees
in
grow.
South Pittsburgh.
The palm trees are there, yeah, right.
Yeah,
Well, you have a
Great
good
to see
time.
everybody.
Enjoy
Thanks.
it.
Yeah, Chris.
Bye-bye.
all right. Bye-bye.
Oh, right.
All right. Well, everybody's leaving, so
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm
I
ready.
won't be around next week. So I'll see you later.
Not gonna-
Okay.
not here
Take
next
care,
week,
man.
too?
Well,
Okay.
we'll see
Good
how
to
I
see
guess
you.
I'll head home too.
All right. Nice to
Good.
see all you guys. We'll
Nice
All
chat.
right,
seeing
take
you guys.
care.
Thank you,
All
Bill.
right.
I'll
Take
see you
care.
later.
All right.
See you
Bye-bye.
all next time.